Previously on Gen V, Emma found herself a little group of Starlighter buddies in Harper and Allie. Jordan blasted Kate into a wall, which crushed part of her skull and put her powers on the fritz. Starlight told Marie to look into Project Odessa, which turned out to be related to her own birth, at which Cipher, aka Dr. Gold, was present. And Jordan gave a speech that was supposed to be about their one ranking at the school but ended up being them confessing to being the one who hurt Kate. This week we open on a newscast where Firecracker is using her garbage platform to talk about a woke plague at God U, accusing Jordan of lying about Andre being dead and about Kate being attacked. Kate backs this up, making a video claiming it was definitely Starlighters that attacked her and that Jordan is a liar. Of course, Firecracker and her fellow Homelanders waste no time turning this into a transphobic attack against Jordan, saying their gender switches so obviously they're duplicitous, even having Justine make a video with her eyes full of crocodile tears about the time they were in the same bathroom as Jordan and how traumatizing that was for her. Poor Jordan is waiting for their meeting with Cipher, watching all this on their phone and freaking out a little, doubting whether or not they did the right thing. Marie tries to comfort and reassure them, promising that no matter what, C is on their side. Also, she knows what I said last week. God, you just made them one in the rankings they hold so dear. There's no way they're going to kick them out of the school, or worse, and admit they made a mistake. Jordan almost laughs when Marie mentions the ranking. It used to feel so important to them being one, but now it all just feels so fake. Just then, Kate comes storming out of the dean's office, Cipher hot on her heels, telling her to know her place. He recovers his calm, cool, collected demeanor when he sees Marie and Jordan, and calls them into his office. Waiting there is Seth from marketing, who is also on the boys, and was behind all the Brave Maeve marketing, who is here to help restore Jordan's image by way of a 1v1 battle between the Gender Bender and Blood Bender. Marie and Jordan don't want to fight each other, but Cipher says they have no choice. They're going to fight, and Marie is going to win. Marie takes even more umbrage with that. She says she couldn't kick Jordan's ass even if she wanted to, which she will remind everyone. She does not. Cipher says it's either this or the two of them plus Emma all go right back to Elmira, so they reluctantly agree, with Cipher promising Marie private lessons to help her get ready. When Emma finds out about this, she is none too pleased. Marie is still trying to think of any way out of this. Her first suggestion is to recruit Kate to use her powers to get more information. Read his mind, find out what his powers are, and push him to call off the fight. After all, they saw their little tiff this morning. The two aren't as entangled as they previously thought. Emma disagrees, saying Kate has a butthole timeshare, and that the enemy of their enemy is extra enemy, and I just love Emma so much. However, no one has a better idea, so they have to go with Marie's, and off to Kate's they go. Kate isn't exactly thrilled to see her old friends who left her for dead at her doorstep, but when Marie and Jordan say they're on the same side and want her help to take Cipher down, she decides to hear them out. After all, it's not like she has any other friends or allies left. Meanwhile, Emma goes back to her new rebel buddies and gets high, debriefing them on the Cipher situation. They think that they need a backup plan in case Kate won't help them, and decide sabotage is their best option. While trying to strategize, Emma asks Allie what her power is, and finds out that she can manipulate her pubic hair. Because of course she can. Knowing what they're working with was step 1, but step 2 is having Harper help her figure out how to use her powers. Because Emma has never been able to shrink without throwing up or emotionally berating herself, and Harper seemed to be able to do it no problem when she used her chameleon abilities to borrow Emma's powers for 60 seconds. Before they can start their lessons, Allie's brother shows up, and it's the cute boy Emma flirted with in Modesty Monarch's class. Emma gets cute and shy and is delighted to learn that he's a Starlighter too. Back in Kate's room, Marie and Jordan tell her their plan for her helping them, but Kate says she's tried to read his mind before, but has never been able to, and that Cipher has never let her physically close enough for her to push him. He's clever like that. However, she still might be able to help. Kate tells them about the weird door in his house that wasn't there when the previous dean lived there, and that she heard a machine-like humming coming from it. They decide blackmail is their best way forward, so they make a plan to break in while Marie is in her private lessons. While they wait for Cipher to leave so they can break in, Jordan watches a deep-fake commercial VOT made for the Bender contender fight, and is getting in their head about it again. Kate and Jordan sort of fight, but within that fight are some buried apologies, and they end up sharing memories from their time together as freshmen. And I had almost forgotten how much longer they were friends than what we've seen. We entered this world by way of Marie when she was a freshman, but Kate and Jordan were sophomores at the time, and they had already spent 2 semesters together, which is basically a lifetime at that age. So it was nice to be reminded of that for us and for them because they do end up laughing together in the end. Jordan admits sadly that they might never be able to fully forgive Kate, and that it actually breaks their heart, but hopefully they'll be able to find something like friendship again. Kate says she's glad Jordan told the truth about Andre, no matter the consequences. Cipher leaves for his training session with Marie, and Kate and Jordan approach the guard. The plan is for Kate to push him into giving them the keys and leaving, but when she tells him to fuck off, he instead turns around and starts fucking a garden gnome. Kate then sheepishly admits to Jordan that her powers aren't exactly working correctly, and they're pissed that she hadn't told them earlier. But the guard is still distracted enough for them to take the keys and go inside to snoop around. They go through the mysterious door and find a hyperbolic chamber with a crispy-looking old man in it. They snap a photo and the man opens his eyes and the medical equipment starts beeping, so they get the hell out of Dodge. In her one-on-one training, Marie is feeling a bit uneasy. Cipher tells her that her first assignment is to move a blood bag from one table to the other without breaking it, which she tries and fails. He coaches her, telling her to stop holding her hand out like a stereotypical superhero, because that's not how that works. Even though it looks cooler, just ask Wanda Maximoff. Instead, she closes her eyes and feels her way through the task, moving all the rest of the blood bags over without a hitch. Elsewhere, Harper is trying to teach Emma how to get small without puking or feeling like shit, but it's not working. Harper tries to get her to get big instead, but Emma barely even tries before giving up, deeming herself hopeless. Harper tries to reassure her that she's an inspiration to both her and Allie, who had never shared her secret about her powers before now. Emma looks genuinely moved, but Harper is sad that motivational speech didn't make Emma get big. They giggle together, and I know they're very obviously trying to set Emma up with Allie's brother, but Harper is right here and they're so cute together. Just saying. Marie's next assignment is similar to the first, but this time she has to move a goat without exploding it. The goat's name is Elon though, specifically after an asshole, just in case. To ease the blow, Marie asks what would happen if she refused to play his games, and Cipher says she'll do what he asks because she wants to know about Project Odessa, and this is the only way to get answers. Marie does not have a great poker face though, so when she tries to feign ignorance, Cipher blows her off. He says the whole point of God U was to make soups like Marie, and that she could be the most powerful soup ever. Marie asks if she could be more powerful than Homelander, and Cipher doesn't answer, which I think speaks volumes. And oh, would I love nothing more than for this series to end with a queer black woman making Homelander's blood literally boil until he explodes. But we have to get Marie to survive to the finish line for that to happen, and for her to learn to control her powers because while she's floating Elon, she gets distracted by Cipher's bulging throat veins and sure does pop him like a blood balloon. Also, I don't know who on the writing staff she pissed off, but the next goat's name is Julia Fox. The Gen V squad regroups, and even though Emma is still not loving the idea of working with Kate, she sucks it up while Kate and Jordan fill her and Marie in on what they found at Cipher's house. Marie also shared what she found. There's no compound V in Cipher's blood. She says this means they don't know what his powers are because he has no powers. He's not a soupe at all. Marie thinks this opens up their options, saying Kate doesn't have to be afraid of getting close enough to him to push him, but Kate confesses about her busted powers. Oh, also, Cipher has security cameras in his house and knows damn well that Kate was snooping in his secret room. Marie says they can use this to their advantage, have Kate wear a wire or something, but this is all getting a little too spycraft for Jordan. Marie insists though, saying she can just use her phone and get Cipher to admit he's human on tape, so they can blackmail him into stopping the Bender battle. Emma gets on board, saying she has a crew that can help, so they devise a plan and off they go. The night of the battle, Marie and Jordan are doing their fight prep, while Emma and her Starlighters kick off their side of the plan. They put a tiny camera in a tiny backpack and give it to Emma. Ally, dubbed the Bushmaster by Emma, and Harper sneak into the boiler room and turn the water off so Emma can get little and sneak through the pipes to plant the camera. They run into a few hiccups along the way, including toilet-up view of a man I will never be able to scour from my brain, but eventually Emma gets the camera to Kate in the VIP lounge where she's meeting with Cipher. Down in the locker room, Jordan can hear the crowd chanting about how much they hate them, and Marie can tell it's starting to get to them. Marie tells them they don't have to pretend to be tough for her, and Jordan confesses that this whole situation is kind of a nightmare come true for them. They actually learned about their shifting powers when they were 6, but hid it for years, having nightmares about everyone pointing and screaming at them, like even at that age they knew that being different could be dangerous. It's an all too familiar story, and it's heartbreaking. Marie says that their nightmare isn't real, and that this whole battle is fake, but that Marie is real, Jordan is real, and together, what they have, that's real too. Marie says, "I love you," and makes sure Jordan hears her, and really believes her, before they have to go out into the ring. Kate doesn't end up being able to read Cipher's mind, but she does learn a few things. For one thing, the man they found in Cipher's house is his father. Kate apologizes, but admits they were all curious about him. She lies and says her powers are back and better than ever, and that she knows his secret. She says she knows he's human and doesn't have powers, and that if he wants to keep this a secret, he should call off the fight. The fight which, by the way, is being stalled by Marie and Jordan, who ignore the boos and jeers of the crowd and kiss. Cipher, in his uncanny ability to know things, calls Kate out for having a camera, and realizes from a slip of Kate's wording that Marie is the reason she thinks he knows he doesn't have compound V in his blood, and therefore thinks he's powerless. And while the first part might be true, Cipher soon proves that he is more powerful than they realized when he pushes into Jordan's consciousness and uses them like a meat puppet to start fighting a very confused Marie. Jordan echoes something Cipher said in training, and Marie knows what's happening and ends up floating Jordan up in the air like she did the goat. But it's not Cipher she's fighting, and it seems to take everything in her to not explode Jordan, but it's the person she loves, so she tries, and then Cipher returns Jordan to their body, who starts begging Marie to stop, so Marie drops Jordan, leaving them hurt but blessedly in one piece with all their blood still on the inside of their body. Kate stares at Cipher confused, wondering what this all means, because it could mean so many things. We know from the boys that sometimes soups don't age the same way regular humans do, with Stormfront looking the same as she did during World War II. So is it possible he knew Godolkin personally? Is he the original Soups? Does he not have Compound V in his blood because his blood was used to make the first doses of Compound V? If he is that old, how is his father still alive? Is he a Soups too? One of the early experiments? Also, how often does Cipher use his powers? Has he used it already this season and we just didn't realize it? So what did you think of Dean Cipher's powers? Do you think she's been pulling strings since season 1? Or is this just the beginning of her master plan? Drop your theories in the comments and let's start a discussion. And if you enjoyed this breakdown and review, don't forget to like this video, share it with other Gen V fans and subscribe for more deep dives into the boys' universe. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.